recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Hello and welcome to ECW. I'm your host, Gotmark76. And we begin today's show with an ECW television title match as the Sandman defends against the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff. We thank you so much for tuning in. It's been quite the exciting last few weeks here in ECW. Beginning with Hot Stuff International and the Dangerous Alliance. They are now merging, as Paulie dangerously debuted here just a few weeks ago, managing Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Eddie Gilbert has continued his feud with Terry Funk, as Sandman goes for the cover on Ivan Koloff. Referee counts one and a kick out at one by Koloff. Well, that feud between Terry Funk and Eddie Gilbert has spread to Hot Stuff International and the Dangerous Alliance. And last week we saw Jimmy Snuka and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert double team Terry Funk before he was saved by Shane Douglas, the former WCW World Tag Team Champion, making his debut here in ECW. And we will be hearing from Shane Douglas and seeing Shane Douglas tonight in our main event, as he and Terry Funk team up against Superfly Snuka and Magnificent Muraco. Sandman goes for the cover again. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Koloff. The Sandman, of course, won the ECW TV title in a tournament final against JT Smith. And he has been a fighting TV champion ever since as he climbs the top rope. Could it be the leg drop off the top rope? And the Russian Bear is not moving. Sandman goes for the cover. Will he retain? On top, 1, 2, and 3. Your winner and still the ECW television champion, the Sandman. And there's the Sandman coming down with a forearm across the head of Ivan Koloff. And the Sandman, a fighting world television champion, taking on all challengers here in Eastern Championship Wrestling. But here's the move that put him away, the leg drop off the top rope. Ivan Koloff unable to kick out. Your winner and still ECW TV champion, the Sandman. Fans, we have an interesting match coming up next when Awesome Mike Awesome takes on Stan the Lariat Hansen. That is going to be a match you will not want to miss. And of course, our big main event tag team action is Shane Douglas teams with Terry Funk against Muraco and Snuka. But before that, let's go to some pre-recorded comments from Shane Douglas.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
And welcome back to ECW as Mike Awesome with a big spear takes down Stan Hansen. Of course, Hansen, the former AWA World Heavyweight Champion. And Mike Awesome, one of the young up-and-coming stars from Japan. Spending some time here in Eastern Championship Wrestling as a big scoop slam by Stan Hansen takes down Mike Awesome. Mike Awesome, talk about a guy who can do it all. He, for a 6'4" guy, 300 pounds, he can high fly, he can wrestle, he can pound. It's something I don't think I've ever seen in the world of wrestling yet. The complete package, if you will. And he is a tough challenge ahead of him as he takes on Stan Hansen. Hansen in trouble. Awesome thinks that might be all. Drags Hansen, goes for the cover. Lateral press 1 and a kick out at 1 by Hansen. You know, I'd like to go back to those comments made by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. He is trying to recruit Nature Boy Buddy Landel to join Hot Stuff International and the Dangerous Alliance. And can you imagine if Buddy Landel joined that faction? I mean, they would be the most powerful group in wrestling. That is awesome now. Beautiful neckbreaker takes over Stan Hansen as he jaw jacks with the fans here in Cabrini College. But that gave Hansen a time to get back to his feet. And a takedown by Hansen, and he's back in control. Buddy Landel joining Hot Stuff International and the Dangerous Alliance would be absolutely, I mean, they would be unstoppable. Eddie Gilbert, of course, he thinks he's the king of Philadelphia. He wants Terry Funk to bow before him. Snuka and Muraco, two longtime rivals, have now become, you had to imagine they're contenders to the World Tag Team Championship currently held by Bad Company. I mean, both of these men have Hall of Fame careers. And now that they're working together, who knows who can stop them. And you know, one person we don't really talk too much about, as we haven't seen them in action in recent weeks, is the Dark Patriot. So, the Dark Patriot, Snuka, Muraco, Gilbert, of course being led by Paulie Dangerously, and a big splash by Awesome, hooks the leg, and a kick out at 1 by Hansen. As a big football tackle by Hansen takes down Mike Awesome, and I'll talk about my point about Buddy Landel joining the Dangerous Alliance in a little bit. Of course, Eddie Gilbert might not like me calling it that, so we'll call it the Hot Stuff International Alliance. I don't know. I really don't want to ask Paulie or Eddie Gilbert what they want to call it, because that would mean I had to talk to them, and they're not the most pleasant people to be around. As Awesome firing away with a series of shots, runs, charges, and an overhead belly-to-belly suplex takes over Stan Hansen. Wow, that is that 300-pound strength of Mike Awesome. Goes for the cover, 1-2, and a kick out at 2 by Hansen. Not too many people can do a belly-to-belly overhead suplex to Stan Hansen, but Mike Awesome, who's climbing to the top rope, what does he have in store here? Hansen back to his feet. Awesome leaps, and a big chop takes down Hansen. And now a belly-to-back suplex. Up and over goes Hansen. Mike Awesome is he is absolutely amazing in the ring. I don't think I've seen anybody do what he can do. Again, Stan Hansen, former AWA World Heavyweight Champion, former US Heavyweight Champion, broke Bruno Sammartino's neck as Awesome climbs the top rope in a swanton off the top, hooks the leg, referee counts 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Hansen. I mean, what 300-plus pound guy do you know can go to the top rope for a swanton? And there it is! The power bomb takes down Hansen. I think that's all. 1, 2, 3. And your winner, Awesome, Mike Awesome here, on Eastern Championship Wrestling. Here are some highlights from earlier in the contest, a back and forth matchup, but Mike Awesome proved to be too much and too powerful for Stan Hansen. This was Mike Awesome's toughest challenge to date, as we've seen him in the ring with Sal Balomo and many other, shall we call, enhancement talents. But this is a statement from Mike Awesome defeating a former World Heavyweight Champion in Stan Hansen. And look, he dominated him. I mean, look, that overhead belly-to-belly suplex, which was soon followed up by a belly-to-back overhead suplex. But there are many wrestlers currently doing the power bomb. I don't think any do it as well as Mike Awesome. And there's your winner. Fans, our tag team main event is next. Funk and Douglas take on Snuka and Muraco. You do not want to miss it. We'll be right back after this quick timeout. And welcome back to Eastern Championship Wrestling. Our main event is next. Terry Funk and Shane Douglas taking on Magnificent Muraco and Superfly Jimmy Snuka. And it will be Funk and Muraco to start this matchup, and this is where everything started. It was a match between these two men in which Superfly Snuka interfered and nailed Terry Funk with a backbreaker, and that shocked everybody. And that was just after Jimmy Snuka came to the ring managed by Paulie Dangerously. And that kind of stirred the pot a little bit, got people asking questions about why they were teaming up and if they were working together. And then just a week or so after that, Eddie Gilbert confronted Terry Funk and then called Snuka and Muraco in the ring to help him out. It was a 3-on-1 beatdown. And then last week, it was about to be another beatdown, this time 2-on-1 with a steel chair of Snuka and Gilbert. And that's when Shane Douglas made the save and made his debut here in Eastern Championship Wrestling. So this tag team match, basically a continuation from last week. And we heard the comments from Shane Douglas earlier tonight respecting Terry Funk and what Terry Funk has meant to this business. Of course, he's a former NWA World Champion. But let's be honest, he's somebody whose career may be winding down. He's not in his prime, let's say, as he makes a tag, and here comes Douglas. And a double team maneuver by Funk and Douglas. Double back body drop, up goes Snuka. And Shane Douglas, of course, coming from WCW, a former World Tag Team Champion alongside of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He left WCW on not great terms. And he said he wants to come here to ECW to make a name for himself. Well, he's in the ring, he's teaming with and against two names who he can make that name for. As Muraco charges, Douglas moves out of the way. Muraco misses the big splash. Snapmare takeover by Douglas. And a drop kick to the lower neck of Don Muraco. Douglas in control. Quickly goes back to work, throws Muraco in the turnbuckle, makes a tag. And here comes more double team maneuvers on the part of Funk and Douglas. Muraco able to make a tag as Douglas takes down Snuka. And Funk goes for the cover on Snuka. Referee counts one and the kick out at one by Jimmy Superfly Snuka. And a big clothesline misses by Snuka. Funk ducked out of the way. And a big right hand takes the Superfly down. Muraco on the outside. As Funk takes down Snuka. This is the move he won the NWA World title with. That step over toe hold. Snuka does not submit. Funk lets him out of it. But Snuka with a back body drop, and up and over goes Terry Funk. Muraco back on the apron. He was on the floor for a while there. Desperately needed to make a tag, and he did. A backbreaker by Snuka, and Funk is in trouble. Snuka's climbing the top rope, and Wade Douglas in the ring. He stops Snuka from possibly the splash. Climbing up, has Snuka. Could it be a superplex? Douglas has it. Oh, and he lands on Funk. I think Funk took the worst of that as Snuka makes a tag, and here comes Muraco. Muraco going right after Funk. And Douglas and Funk double teaming Muraco as Douglas goes to the outside floor. Douglas now working over Snuka as Funk sets up Muraco for a pile driver and spikes him in the ring. Pile driver by Funk, goes for the cover. Referee position 1, 2, and 3. And your winners, Terry Funk and Shane Douglas. What a match this was between these four men. But I think the suplex of Douglas suplexing Snuka, he landed on Terry Funk. And that hurt Funk more than I think it hurt Snuka. Let's see if we'll get a replay of that. But a measure of revenge on the part of Terry Funk, as he and Shane Douglas are able to defeat two members of Hot Stuff International and the Dangerous Alliance, Superfly Snuka and Magnificent Muraco. Fans, we thank you so much for tuning in to ECW. Next week, we're going to see Sabu and Taz go at it in one-on-one action. Shane Douglas will also be in action. And we'll see the Bruise Brothers. Fans, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.